there! This here's Billy Mack with another one of Billy Mack's almost factual possible tales. It may sound somewhat familiar, but I tell you, this is really what happened. Now then, this is my first, investigatory tale. What you gonna hear is took direct from interview tapes from local law enforcement. Now don't ask me how I come by 'em, 'cause I can't say. I need to keep my sources private. So anyway, we'll begin at a small local country constabulary as the victims of a residential break-in are being interviewed.
This is Detective Gordon Borden with the Forest Glen Police Department. I am with Mr. Papa Bear, his spouse Mama Bear, and their little one, Baby Bear. So, as I was saying, Mr. Bear, since you were able to give such a good description of the suspect, we swiftly arrested her at a local pawn shop. It's important for us to get as much detail of the events leading up to the break-in as we can. It's just routine, and it shouldn't take up too much of your time. Okay, Papa Bear, just begin with how the whole thing started.
Sure, Detective. Me and the wife and kid had just settled at the dinner table with our porridge.
And what was that time?
Right around 5 or 6. Anyways, we got a call from my Aunt Juniper telling me that she needed help right away with some ornery possums that was surrounding her house. So we all just lit out to go over there to help, 'cause you know how them possums can get. So once we gets there... Now, pardon me for interrupting at this point, but I think it's important to get both sides of a story so as a person can get a proper perspective on it. Let's go to the other interrogation room where the apprehended suspect is answering questions from Detective Sergeant Milo Wolfe. So, let me get this straight, Ms. Locks.
Please, Detective, call me Goldie.
Well, sure, I suppose I can do that. Goldie, you said you were, and I quote, kinda lost. Is that correct?
Why, yes it is, Detective. I don't recall ever being in that part of the woods before.
Please, continue.
Well, as I was saying, I had been wandering about for some time, and I have to admit, I was getting a mite hungry, my stomach growling and all. That's when I caught a whiff of what I thought to be porridge, coming from a little house just a bit off the path. You know, I wonder why they call it porridge. I mean, it's oatmeal. Just seems it'd be easier for people to picture if you say oatmeal.
I honestly have no opinion on that. So, what happened next?
That's when I went up to the window and sort of peeked in, you know, to see if someone was there. Then I went ahead and knocked on the door.
Why?
Well, I thought they might be able to help me find my way out of the forest and also might have a little extra porridge. So anyway, when I knocked, the door swung open. I guess it wasn't latched. I was shocked, as you can imagine.
I'm sure. Please continue.
I thought to myself, oh my, I hope everyone is okay. So I eased the door open and peeked in. I asked if anyone was there, but no one answered, so I went inside to make sure.
And you're sure you didn't see any of the Bear family up to that point?
Oh no, dear Detective. Why, I would never have gone in if I'd seen them. I was just worried.
I imagine those possums wished they'd never messed around with your Aunt Juniper.
You right about that. Anyways, we went on back to the house and...
Hold that thought. Now, are you sure you never saw anyone around your place when you left?
Yep, I would've... Hold on. Now that you mention it, I do recall seeing somebody out the corner of my eye. They's kinda behind a tree. I'll be hornswoggled. I'll bet it was her. I guess it just didn't click at the time.
It happens. Is it unusual to have travelers coming through?
Well, the path is a shortcut to the gingerbread house, but not too many folks know that, except Little Red. You know Little Red.
Oh, yes. We all know Little Red.
Anyhow, we gets back to the house and goes inside, and would you believe it, the porridge was spilled all over the table, and the chairs, well, the chairs was...
You know, worried that someone might be hurt or something. So I'm looking around. I didn't see anyone. But on the table were 3 bowls of porridge. With my tummy grumbling and all, I decided to eat some. I mean, no reason to let it go to waste, right?
Of course. Go on.
Well, I got a big old spoonful and it was just so hot I had to spit it out. I think I might have burned my tongue, see? Does it look burned?
Not really. If we could get back to the...
Okay. So then I tried another bowl and it was way cold. Then I tried the last bowl and thank goodness it was just right, so I ate it all up.
Didn't you feel a little bit guilty?
Well, yeah, now I do. But then I just felt hungry. And it's not like I broke in or anything.
Uh-huh.
What? Oh, come on. You know what I mean.
Next.
Sheesh. So then I was a little tired after the porridge and all, so I went to the living room to sit down in a chair. The first chair was so big I almost couldn't get out of it, and the second one was big too, but then I tried the last smaller chair and it was just right.
And did anything maybe happen concerning said chair?
What? What? Okay. I might have sat too hard 'cause it, broke apart. Porridge must have been heavier than I thought. All right. Look, I'll buy the kid another chair, okay?
That would sure be a good start.
Good start? Hey, that's all I did. It was an accident.
All you did, eh? How about the bedroom?
Oh, that. Oh, boy. Listen, I was ever so sleepy, what with all the porridge, I just wanted to lay down and take a quick nap, so I went upstairs.
Well, broken chairs are one thing, and of course the porridge. By the way, the wife makes the best porridge in the county. You'll have to try some.
I might just do that. So, you were saying the chairs and the porridge?
Oh, yeah. The chair being broken and the porridge slopped over was bad enough. But then we goes upstairs to the bedroom, and guess what we see
and jumped into the first bed I saw. It was so hard. I bounced right on over to the floor on the other side. So I tried the second bed and being real careful, not jumping, but it was too soft and I sunk in. I couldn't hardly breathe. The smallest bed ended up being just right. So I drifted off to dreamland until I heard a commotion downstairs and then footsteps coming up. When I opened my eyes, that baby bear yelled, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed and there she is." Well, you can imagine what I thought, seeing those big hairy beasts with their teeth showing. I screamed, jumped out the window into a tree, climbed down, and beat feet as fast as I could. My oh my, how was I supposed to know it was their house? I thought they had broken in and they were going to...
That's right, and in baby's bed. It was that girl with the bright golden curls. She just looked at us, screamed, and jumped out the window. She had a backpack on. We noticed that a few things was missing when we started looking around. We don't have much, How much stuff does a bear really need that anybody else might want? I did have a couple of fishing trophies, but the most important thing was my grandma's honey jar, and it was full of aged honey. Priceless. Anyways, that's when we called you.
So, what's your take?
I think the little miss is playing us.
I agree. Why don't you go ahead and close it out?
Will do. Miss Locks, Goldie, I think it would be a good idea for you to come clean about the incident at the Three Bears house.
Why, Detective Wolf, I don't know what you mean. I told you what happened. That's the truth. I admit to breaking the chair, but...
Here's what I see as the truth. You were waiting for the bears to leave their house so you could go in and pilfer what you could sell quickly. Then you got sidetracked by the porridge and almost got caught because of it. When you got sleepy, you laid down for 20 winks, but not before you tossed a couple of fishing trophies and a vintage honey jar heirloom into a backpack, which you secretly hid on the way to town. When you were spotted at the pawn shop, you had asked the owner how much trophies might bring because you had inherited a couple.
I was just asking him if trophies were worth anything in general. I mean, I didn't have any, and I certainly didn't hide a stupid old backpack.
You did hide a stupid old backpack, and there is a witness.
I don't believe you. Who? Where?
The witness is one of our oldest citizens who has no reason to lie. It's Madge, the old woman who lives in a shoe. And you stuffed the backpack under the instep of her house.
Well, I never. Remember, I told you I've never been on that path before, and I didn't know who lived in the house.
That's not entirely true, Goldie. Papa Bear remembered he saw someone behind a tree when they left to go to Aunt Juniper's house. Someone with golden curls, just like yours. Then there's the matter of the path, one that you weren't familiar with.
So, go on, Detective Smarty. How do you explain that?
Easily. You may not know that path, but you know someone who does.
Who?
Your friend Little Red.
Who? I don't know any Little Red.
Not true. We again have witnesses. A brother and sister who were dropping pebbles in the woods as they walked saw you and Little Red talking for some time at a wishing well on the path. Their names are Hansel and Gretel.
They're wrong. I don't know Little.
Well, okay then. We have officers picking her up right now. We'll see who talks first and gets the best deal.
Okay, I know her. Listen, it was her idea to steal those things. She told me she had the perfect way to get the bears out of the house. She led a bunch of possums to their aunt's house and told them to growl and wander around looking rabid. Then, once the bears took off, I went in. Piece of cake. That's it. Do I get the deal?
We shall see. Right now you are going to be housed by the county. Oh, by the way, did you want an attorney?
Nicely played, Milo. She bought it lock, stock, and barrel. Now all we have to do is find Little Red.
I may have that figured out, Gordon. I hear Little Red has a soft spot for her granny. I think it's time to go undercover and look in my prop closet for a gown and silver wig. What do you think? That's all there is. The end. Finito. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this here's Billy Mack saying bye, y'all.